Ladies and gentlemen, First Eps podcast is back with our game show extravaganza. We watched The 1% Club on Prime Video. And will this be the greatest podcast about game shows ever? Survey says... Oh, my name is Eric.
And of course, I am Keith.
And this is First Eps. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of First Eps. And you know what? I think this may be the greatest podcast about game shows ever. There can't be that many.
No, that's
I would
true.
like to be in contention.
Could this be one of our new like our new specialty area?
Just game shows.
Just game shows.
Yeah, every week we talk about a new game show.
Yeah, and
well, not a new game show, but like an existing game show.
Or an old game show. Okay.
Yeah.
And do we just watch the first episode, or we actually watch
the Game Show Boys? This is our new podcast.
The GSBs.
The GSBs coming to your town.
Yeah. Oh, we go. Oh, and we do it live. It's a live studio on this
live
kind of
studio,
thing?
and it's like also a game show.
Oh,
mixed
I like
in.
that. That could be fun.
Yeah. Also a scavenger hunt. Also.
Oh, I got
dating show.
I got to update my thing.
Your Tinder profile.
No.
Yes.
We ranked game shows, and you just reminded me with scavenger hunt.
That was one?
There was one. I remember that one, Finders Keepers on Nickelodeon.
Oh, Finders Keepers.
Oh.
Well, okay, so let's take it back for a second because
I got it.
We did have an entire... The only other time we ever talked about game shows, I had to look it up, was we talked about The Legends of Hidden Temple, and we talked about Nickelodeon.
So Finders Keepers was probably on there.
That was on there.
That was on there.
The public knows. Our adoring public.
I had forgotten.
Yeah.
But you went back in the archives, and the public, of course, knows everything we've done.
They know everything. It's on the First Eps Wiki. So this week we watched an episode of a show called The 1% Club. It's a new game show, not Nickelodeon. It's on Prime Video, and it's going to be on Fox. And really, that was just so that we could talk about game shows. Right. Like, we love game shows here at First Eps.
We do.
And we've only had one opportunity to talk about them.
Right. And it was along every other day.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. We'll get into it.
Right.
But so this whole episode, first we're going to talk about the first episode of the 1% Club, whether or not you should check it out, whatever. Right. And then we're going to talk about some of our favorite game shows, some of the best game shows of all time.
Yes.
And it's going to be a whole
Walk
thing.
down memory lane, hand in hand.
Oh, yeah. This is your...
Oh,
what was that?
Life.
Life. Is that a game show? That was not really. It was just like them talking about.
I think it was kind of because they had like
your teacher. It was before my time.
I don't know. I just remember like it was before my time too. But
sure
did they bring in?
Sure it was.
Did they bring in like like you said, your teacher and like Mrs. McGillicuddy?
Yeah. Oh! What are you doing here? Yeah, I hated you. All right, let's talk about this new show that we just watched. Everybody wants to know, do I want to watch this? Is it worth checking out? Is this really
something everyone wants to know about? This show?
Everybody loves Pat Oswalt. Pat Oswalt is the host of this show. Okay. He is just like a little Hobbit man. How did he not play a Hobbit in any of the Lord of the Rings movies?
Point.
It's shocking to me because he looks like a literal... come to life Hobbit.
Yeah, he's like Bilbo Baggins in the flesh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So he's hosting this, and the premise of the show is they have 100 people.
Right.
They asked they quizzed the public. They gave the public a quiz, and it was like, however many people got this right. 90% of the people got this question right. 80% got this right, and it goes all the way down to only 1% of the public got this right.
Right.
And you start at the 90, and as they ask the questions, if you get it wrong, you get eliminated.
You're out. Yep. There is a chance too to like use $1,000.
Yeah, you could pass.
That's
the whole thing.
Yeah, there was a weird thing.
So and then the prize pool is $100,000. So every time someone gets eliminated, their $1,000
or they pass and they lost their money
gets put in the prize pool.
Right.
So it kicks it off with the question that 90% of the public got right, and it was just 2 pictures of hot air balloons over a lake.
Right.
And one of them, the reflection was correct. The reflection was incorrect.
Very incorrect.
Very incorrect. And it was like, so first of all, 10% of the public got this question wrong. And you made a good point. Maybe they're like colorblind or they have some sort of a visual impairment.
Thing. Sure. That was the 10% that have a visual impairment.
Yeah.
So they were knocked out immediately.
Because there's no other way.
Right.
that this could be wrong.
There was more than enough time.
4 people got it wrong on this show.
Like, I didn't see it right away, but after 2 seconds, I'm like, oh, there it is.
Yeah, and they give him a lot of time. 30 seconds,
right?
maybe?
Yeah. Is it that long? Wow.
It seemed like a while.
It's decent, yeah.
But 4 people got that wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where the show kind of like comes into its own.
Right, because they like put a spotlight on them and they just shame them.
Yes.
So they like dump water and slime on each of the people that got it wrong.
Oh my God, that would make it so much better.
I know.
Slime them.
Right?
Or some sort of prank.
Yeah.
Like just like a burst of like air blast in the face or like tar and feathers.
They dropped on and disappear out like that one show back on MTV.
We got to write to them.
Right?
But no, they don't. They just kind of... They focus on them and ask them how you got it wrong. And
Melinda, what happened?
Yeah, the one person said she hit the wrong button.
Yeah.
But it's still real cringe because then they make them sit there the whole time.
Right. And they just have to sit there in their failure.
In the darkness.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is then where this show is like, okay, we're asking how many questions is it? I don't know, maybe 15 questions or whatever.
I don't know, yeah.
And it's an hour-long show because then we have to meet the contestants as they go. There's 100 of them. We don't meet every one of them.
No. They find a couple they think are semi-interesting, and we watch.
And they were not interesting.
No, there was a lady who liked to drink like a Viking.
She drank a lot. One person they thought was a villain. He was villainous.
Yeah, and one person created a club for Gwyneth Paltrow or something.
Yeah,
they
were not interesting, but they thought this was like something that they needed to chat about.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're trying to do like, in Jeopardy, they kind of talk to them a little bit.
Yes.
But those people, usually it's a little more interesting, I felt. Like, this one's, I don't know.
They always do that.
Like,
that's
you
how
had
they
a tadpole
get...
once in 3rd grade. I did.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, okay.
That's how they have to, like, Jeopardy is a jam-packed show. It's only 22 minutes.
Yeah.
These hour-long game shows that they force, like, this could be over in
half an hour max.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't care for the people. I like when they shame them. Well, that was the best part.
What about we didn't talk about how it was set up. Let's talk about the layout. What did you think about that? So it's in this circle and they're all kind of looking at each other like this gladiator pit. Yeah. Patton Oswalt in the middle.
Yeah.
And then like they're all in different tiers and like lights go off and they Did you like it? I thought it was kind of generic looking.
Yeah, I don't like it. Okay. And so my thing is this new era of game shows where they're all these giant sets.
Link. It has very similar to that. The round circle. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, and to me it started with Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? That was like the first one where it was like, let's put on this big set and have these lights going crazy all over the place to like keep your attention. And now every game show is like that. There's this game show called like The Wall where it's this huge wall.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, this is dumb. No. Or there's a game show called The Floor, which I actually like. And it's this, everybody's on this giant floor and they have these spaces. And it was
I don't think I've seen that one.
Yeah, that one's actually enjoyable.
Okay.
But yeah, it's like it's the thing now. These huge sets with just lights, everything.
Yeah.
And this one was very generic.
Yeah. It was generic. Absolutely.
They got to add slime.
Yeah.
Add slime.
That would make a big deal. Yeah.
So then they go down the line. 80% questions. 31 people actually got that one wrong, and that one was tougher than I thought. It was like,
what was that
I
again?
am
woman.
The only.
That's right.
And the answer had to be woman because it was. They went in the number. Yeah. Right. So it was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Those are the amount of letters in the thing.
Yeah.
So it was like people I think didn't really expect that
was a
type
weird
of
one.
question.
Yeah.
It
wasn't explained very well, quite honestly.
No.
And I found there was some of these ones where it's kind of like you could interpret them a little bit weird, or you're like, wait, what are they actually asking me?
Yes. Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, after 10 seconds you realize it, so you've got like 2 seconds to actually figure out the puzzle.
Right. I feel like the writers of this show, the people that come up with the questions, have one job, and it's to make questions that are like can be interpreted in one way, so they can be answered. And like there were a couple, you're right, that were like not that way.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but they go down the line. My favorite part was when the people would get it wrong, and they would ask them like, "Why did you get that wrong?"
Right.
Because then they're just like,
because I got it wrong.
Yeah, that was the best part of the show for me.
You like the shaming part.
The shaming.
Yeah. You'll be good at that. You're a good shamer.
So then they explain that you could use your $1,000 for a pass to move on to the next question if you want, or you can take your $1,000
right. There was
and
like
just
about
leave.
Halfway through they let that option happen. Right?
Yeah, there was when there was 14 people left with $1,000 at 30%. So this was at 30% left. They're like, you want to just take your $1,000 and hit the road?
70%. Okay, got it. Yeah.
And one person did that.
Yeah.
He was like, I'm out of here.
I decided that I'm good enough where I am, and I'm going to go. And they're like, okay.
My theory was he had to poop.
Yeah, yeah. But he still had to sit there, too, and hold.
Oh, that's a good point. He couldn't just leave.
So,
but he would just poop his pants and have $1,000.
That's true. He wiped his ass with
So then it gets down, so after a bit it's going, down by 10% increments, and then it's going down by 5% increments. And it gets to the 5% question, and then the next one, we're left with 2 people remaining.
Right.
Now I'm assuming, there will be times where there's, more than 2.
Yeah. Or none.
Or 0.
If they all clonk out in the second question.
What would that be? Would people it would be so anticlimactic.
That's true.
Just they go out.
Just like, slime everywhere.
Show's over.
Yeah, it's just everybody vomiting and
Pat Oswalt's just taking the money.
Yeah. Oh, maybe that's how that happens.
He gets the money.
Yeah. It's part of his contract.
So they bring the last 2 people on stage to do the final question. And they're, you could either, this is the point where they all give them another option.
Yeah.
And it's a stupid bullshit option too, because now they're like, okay, you could leave with $5,000.
Right.
Or you could just answer one more question and try to win $100,000.
Right.
Which if you made it this far, is anybody going to be like, yeah, let me take the money?
Like because they said like $10,000. I'm like, I might stop for $10,000 to get that. And they're like, and you'll split the 10 in half, so you'll get 5. I'm like, well, just say you'll each take 5.
Right. After taxes, you gotta like travel back home or whatever.
I mean, what is that, like one student loan I'm paying off?
Exactly.
Not even.
Exactly. So I'm like, I want to watch the show just to see if anybody ever takes the out at the end, because I feel like you have to have some confidence.
Yeah.
If you made it that far, you've answered 14 questions already.
Yeah.
I don't know. But then they asked the question, and I didn't know the answer.
No. The last one was difficult, and it took me a while to figure out what they were doing, too. I was like, is that letter even in there?
It was like a weirdly explained thing, so yeah, you have...
I didn't even
first
see
you have to read
in there.
There wasn't an E in there.
Wait, I thought there wasn't.
There was no E.
Oh, what was the final word again?
So
I spoiled it.
It was...
right, because it's an O-R. That's what.
Yeah. We won't spoil it, but take that and think about it, and fool your friends.
It was like, this 4-letter word can be spelled with, or it makes 7 letters with a couple of extra additions, and it goes the same backwards and forwards. Yep. What is the word?
Think about it. We'll leave you at that. You write it, let us know if you got it.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so one person did get it. They won it. They won the full hundy.
Oh, he was the most annoying of the entire group.
He was very annoying.
Right?
They focused on him quite a bit.
I know, which made me think, like, did they pre-select people that they thought were going to win?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, like, Viking lady with drinking problems, she also got really far.
She did, but then she got out, so that your theory doesn't.
Well, but she made it like top 10%. She was in top 10.
Yeah. I think it was like down to 10%. I think that like 6 people got knocked out, so it was a big surprise.
They did. I would have gotten knocked out then too because I got the wrong number. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I would not have. I would have won millions of dollars in this whole
That was
contest.
where I lost it. Yep.
So that was the 1%.
It was kind of fun when people who didn't think they were going to get knocked out got knocked out. I liked seeing that. There was that one lady at the end. Yeah. She thought she was going to win it.
So confident.
Yep. And then all of a sudden she's like, oh! And you saw her eyes go up and she was like, she wanted to like throw a table, but it's all bolted down with like 7 people around her. So she like played it cool, but she was
heated.
Pissed.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about our review, our thoughts on the 1% Club.
I'm sure people are dying right now to hear about it.
But
they got to hold it.
They got to wait.
Yeah. But wait, there's more.
There's more because this is the good part of the show.
This is the part we went.
First of all,
right?
Is that possibly the fastest we've ever went through?
Well, I mean, it's hard to really talk about.
You can't talk about it. Also, who gives a turkey? Am I right? Let's talk about game shows, baby.
Now, we have when you're producing this, maybe like put those like lights around the edge when we talk about the game show, like the lights go around the edge of the camera screen.
Absolutely, awesome. I'll put that on there.
Yeah. That's a must.
You're gonna watch this, right?
I will watch. If you would put that on, I will watch it this time. Yes, I will. And I will leave a nasty comment if there's nothing on there.
I can say I'll put anything on it. You'll never know.
I'll leave a comment. Take a look and see.
All right. So first thing, let's play a little bit of a game show of our own.
Yes, I want to. Is this what I wrote my things down for?
No,
this is something different.
Wow. This is a little game I like to call a Family Feud.
Oh, put that in the
yes. Screen, yeah. So we've pulled 100 people. ask
love
them
Family Feud.
their top 5 best game shows of all time. And we want to know what they are.
Okay.
So this is based on a article on cinemablend.com. No cheating.
And it really, I'm not. But
and this is
really based on that.
This is their top 5 game shows of all time. You get 3 strikes, and if you get all 5 of them,
it's just me.
Yep.
Where's my family? So usually I go,
you hate your family. you pushed them away at a young age, and now you're by yourself.
Okay. Here.
Okay.
You have to.
And I'm I'm Steve Harvey on this one.
Here, give me a little kiss on the cheek to start it out.
Does Steve Harvey kiss?
I don't know.
I think he just looks at them like really disappointingly. Okay, fine. I'll be the guy from Home Improvement.
Who's the one with like the big like the really long one who said the long microphone?
Yes. There's Richard Dawson was the
Did he have the long
earlier
microphone?
One. There was the guy that
little kids.
The guy that I think that was the guy that killed himself. I don't remember what his name was. But we don't talk about him.
Oh, okay. We wouldn't want that one. That's bad vibes.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So, what is the answer? Oh yeah.
Jeopardy.
That is our number 1 answer.
Yes! We're gonna play.
Okay, he's playing. Do. We got dance on over. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh,
I forgot.
You
The best part is you have to like open the curtain up where we're sitting there. I'm posed,
Oh yeah, pose.
Thank you.
I'm your family for this.
Perfect. Okay, great. Thank you.
And then
right.
you got to put your arm behind your back and then smack the thing. That's how they do it.
Oh right, I forgot about that.
All the classic feudisms. Okay, so what do you think is next?
Wheel of Fortune.
Wheel of Fortune is the number 3 answer.
Okay.
All right. You got 3 more answers on the board.
Do I have to keep pressing?
No. They go down the line, remember? Now I'm asking your grandmother,
right.
Jackie.
Price is Right.
The Price is Right is our number 2 answer.
Yes. Oh, God.
Okay.
How many do I have?
2 more left. Number 4 and 5.
Okay. 4 and 5 are the top ones. 4 and 5. Oh God, we're at Cousin Sandy. She's a little bit of a slow one.
Okay, we're gonna need an answer, Sandy.
We're gonna say Hollywood Squares.
Good answer. All right, going to.
I got a stitch in my side. This is nerve-wracking.
Now you know how it feels. Okay, we're going Cousin Tommy. Cousin Tommy back from the army just for this.
Love Connection.
Love Connection. Show me Love Connection.
I'm trying to think of any freaking game shows now, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to my stupid list.
Yeah. Well, I will. Do you want a little bit of a spoiler? The 2 that are left are on your your favorites.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna say Double Dare.
Double Dare. Show me Double Dare. All right, let's pass it over to the Sanchez family for the steal. Now you just have to do like an accent.
Okay. No, I'm not doing an accent. We're gonna go with. Wait. Let me.
Oh yeah. Go on. What do you got?
Name that tune.
For $5,000 and the steal. Sanchez family winning the whole thing. Show me. What'd you say? Name that tune.
It's obviously not on there.
It's not. It's a big X. It's a big. All right. And then we got a
Big Brother.
No.
Oh.
Okay, number 4. And then.
Show me.
Yeah. Press your luck.
What? That made it up there?
Yeah.
I would have never thought that was everybody else's
number
favorite.
5. Family Feud.
I love that show, and we're playing it now, and I forgot about it.
Playing.
That's on my thing. That's like my favorite game show, and because we were playing it, I didn't want to say it.
Yeah. Well, you blew it. You blew
That's too meta.
Yeah.
You never answered Family Feud for a Family Feud show. I guess
technically, since the Sanchez family blew it, your team did actually win.
The Sanchez team blew.
All
right.
But yeah. I
that
feel
was
like
great. I love that game. By the way,
it was a lot of fun.
Like legitimately had a blast.
All right, I'm glad. Your consolation prize is just that. You just had a little bit of a good time.
It's all right. It's all right.
So yeah, let's then talk about. So we mentioned these lists that we had. You and I each put together our favorites.
You gave me homework. I completed it this time.
We put together our favorites, and then I combined our list kind of for a blind ranking type thing to come up with our First Eps 5.
Okay.
Top 5 game shows rated by us.
Okay.
And they are.
So how do they work with America's choices? Are there some
very
surprises?
similar.
Okay.
And I think a lot of just looking at the game shows, you have your classics. Like the first 3 that you got.
Yeah.
Of course, right? Jeopardy, Price is Right, Wheel of Fortune, right? Like those are all everybody's
perennials.
Favorites. Now ours are different because we're not nerds. We're not nerds and watching Jeopardy all night.
Yeah. We're watching 4 and 5, which I didn't say.
Yes. So your pick for the number 5 was MXC.
Oh,
which
that's a deep cut.
Is it a game show? Is it not? Was there ever a winner?
There were winners. Whoever the team was that
I guess. I think us watching were winners. But what was it? Someone's Castle or whatever was the actual show.
Yep.
I forget what it was.
It was from Japan.
But yeah, number 5, because this was a tie, Wheel of Fortune.
Okay, so
I was a big fan.
Tried and true. It's a fun one, and to me, when you talk about a game show
word
set,
games.
The Wheel of Fortune set is probably my favorite set.
It's amazing.
Right? It's got the wheel with all the colors on it. It's got Vanna, and she's hitting the things, and then it's got kind of that. What are they in front of? They're in front of a curtain or something.
Yeah.
It just looks fun.
You're right, dude. That is the best set out of all of them.
And then they sometimes travel Disney, and you're then they're outside, and it still works.
There's a pond.
Yeah.
Dolphins jumping.
Yeah. Definitely my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. You don't get game shows like that anymore. They're very much, like you said, very generic.
All this we went with little.
No, maybe it's budgets. I don't know. It's so cheap to put a game show together. All right, number 4 on our list: Supermarket Sweep.
I'm so glad that made it.
Me too. So that's one that I think it's probably just because of the time when we grew up. When you stayed home from school,
because you were sick,
Supermarket Sweep was the thing that nursed you back to health.
It was totally. Oh my gosh! It was also paralleled with Mall Madness. I think it was called that. No, Mall. There was a mall one too where they ran around and do things in the mall. I don't remember what it was called. Mall Madness was the
board game.
Yeah,
I vaguely remember that one.
It was another one too, and you could go there and some stores had better quality stuff than others, and you would have to try to guess.
Yes.
But
Supermarket Sweep was great. But it's so strange. So that show, you and I both rank it very highly, and it was a show for middle-aged moms, and you and I were both probably tween boys, get the turkeys, they're worth the most. Just yelling at the TV, those bush beans are only $1, you dumb bitch.
She's going for those cheese blocks. Those are worth $25.
They got whole wheels of cheese. Such a ridiculous premise for a show.
Oh my god!
But it's one that it had been rebooted over and over again up until recently.
I think the genius part of it was that it inspired a whole generation of men to want to go, boys to go shopping with their moms, because I would be playing Supermarket Sweep, and she would give me a list, and she'd be like, get us above eating
and you're
cheese.
just running through the store.
I do. So she didn't have to do anything. Where I'm going through Wegmans like a maniac.
Yeah, picking out the most expensive things.
Well, she did tell me those are not the same rules. We're looking for value.
Oh, okay, the cheapest thing. They're going the other way. Yeah. Great show, though. Number 3, Family Feud.
Yeah.
Again, one that has
say that on the thing.
I know.
Yeah.
That was a big boob move there.
While we were playing it, I didn't think about it, but it's such a good show.
Such a good show. It's funny.
Who didn't want to be in Family Feud as a kid?
Right? Yeah, it was, even now, like him or not, Steve Harvey, he's great at hosting that show, because he's he gets those, he gives the camera the look when someone says a slightly provocative answer.
Exactly. He knows when to pause. Yep.
But yeah, that's another one, and it's always so tense. My favorite part of the whole thing, the beginning's great, whatever. But the end, when they have to do it fast,
I'm so good at that,
and not say the same thing.
Oh, we should have done that.
Yeah. Next time, we'll go to.
Let's do one game with that.
We'll go into a soundproof
booth. Yeah.
And then I have to say the same thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, Press Your Luck.
Oh my
god! Was number 2
I'm
on
so
our
excited
list.
that first of all, I did not know that America loved it as much as apparently you and I did.
Yes.
Huge fan. What was it about it that drew you to that show?
Oh man, the whammies.
It's got to be the whammies, right?
The whammies are so much fun.
Yeah.
Like, our age when that was airing, it was like,
we were like
you want to see, because the game show sucked.
Well, there was also the big sets. That set turned. I loved that as a kid when they were like, okay, let's turn. And then remember, like, they're like, dun, 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 and it moved. Yeah.
Yeah. Because, like, I watched it recently, and the whole premise is, like, so you can, pass your spins over, or you could keep spinning and hope you don't get a whammy or whatever.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
But then, like, I don't know. It was just, like, but then there was that guy who figured out the pattern.
Right.
And, like, gamed it and didn't, like, and hit, like, it was, like, 40-some spins in a row where he was just hitting the same thing over and over. He knew how to not get whammies. Really blew it for everybody.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2.
Oh, that was the thing?
It was that simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Everybody else is like, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy, no whammy. Stop.
Oh, whammy.
And then it comes up.
Yeah. Stupid little thing. But yeah, it was great for its time. And
then they popped up. Remember on the thing?
Yeah.
They're like, yeah. Oh, my
great
God.
show. And then number 1. The Price is Right.
Oh, yes. Another one when you stay home sick.
Yes, exactly. Supermarket Sweep and Price is Right. The Supermarket Sweep was on, like, Lifetime or something. That one was harder to find.
The entire generation.
Yeah. Price is Right. Yeah. You got to watch that at whatever, 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is
this still on at 11 o'clock?
I have no idea. I haven't watched it in a long time.
Now, what was your favorite snippets?
Oh, man, this is great.
Yeah.
Plinko, obviously.
Oh, my God. I loved Plinko.
Yeah, everybody loves Plinko.
Oh, my God. What about the one where, like, I don't remember how you had to, like guess, like, the price of, like, an object. And for, like, every, like, cent you were over or something, like, the guy would, like, walk up the mountain more.
The mountain
and you
climber.
had to, like, stop him before he fell over.
Yeah, people really gamed that then, too. Yeah. For a while, then they would say, like, like 100. And then instead of saying like 101, 102, they would always say 1, 2, 3, 4, like that.
Oh, yeah.
So then, that one was fun to watch. I liked the putting one.
Ooh.
Which seemed like to be one of the hardest ones. Because it was like, okay, you got to, not only do you have to like know the answers to these things, you also have to know how to putt.
Right. Which is like, yeah.
So it was great, man. Yeah. Anytime you hear, a new car, it was like so exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what one didn't make the list, but was a fun one that just came to my mind? Remember Let's Make a Deal?
I do, and that actually have on my list of the ones I despise.
Really? Even back in the day.
So back in the day, it was
with the
cute.
Costumes.
It was cute to see the people that were dressed up as.
Yeah.
But the show was dumb. It was like, here, you have 2 options. Yeah. You could take this, or you could take this.
Right.
And that was it. Yeah. And it was fun to see, like, okay, which one do they pick?
Right.
Oh, you get like a goat.
Yeah.
Or like a
do they actually take the goats home, do you think? Or is that just like a problem?
I think they probably get like, I don't know, maybe the cost like of what the goat is.
I guess
we butchered your goat for you already.
Exactly.
Because I was like, all right, I liked it, but it was always, and then I think I would get like upset when the people would take the booby prize because it was like it was hard to watch. Like you could take $10,000 or you could be greedy and take what's behind the door, thinking that it's going to be like some trip to Venice or something.
It's like a broken down car.
And it's exactly.
Wah, wah.
It's your grandmother's
like
ashes.
On a unicycle. On a unicycle.
So that one was one that I actually put on my
do not watch list.
Despised list. And it was just. But I it's funny because I watched it a lot and I liked, but I like thinking back on it now, and I think maybe now because it's still airing and it's got Wayne Brady as the host, and it's unwatchable.
Yeah, he always kind of annoys me.
Yeah, I don't like the way they ham it up now.
Has grown on me.
Drew Carey's great in it because he doesn't try to like ham it up.
Right.
He is the same as Bob Barker. He seems like he hates his life and just walks through the thing. And it's like, don't touch me.
Yep.
Okay, pay attention because I'm not going to explain this again. Stop jumping. Because it's always like crazy college kids now, too.
Yeah.
It's like their rite of passage for these sororities and fraternities.
Yeah, I always wanted to go on that show.
Yeah.
Well, okay. But number 1.
And that was number one.
Mm-hmm.
That was our list, our top 5 list.
Yep.
From us here at First Eps. Is there any that you just really don't like? There's another one I don't like, Deal or No Deal.
A lot of the new ones that are like the normal format game shows I don't watch.
Yeah.
Like the ones like Big Brother, like those are kind of like quasi game shows,
right? Those, I think,
like,
are
those are more
different.
Interesting. Yeah.
Because there's like those reality style game shows like Big Brother or like, Survivor, Amazing Race or something.
Yeah, it's interesting kind
different
of combo.
To me.
Yeah. But like a lot of the new ones, like what'd you say, like The Weakest Link, all those kind. They're not.
They don't do nothing for you.
No, because they're kind of boring. Like,
they are boring because they're all an hour.
Yeah.
Which they shouldn't be an hour.
No, we don't need that.
And and they're all just too long and dumb. Like the premises are so dumb.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, this Floor show. I didn't watch it at all when it first came out because
I thought.
This
Floor show? Tell me more. Tell us more about this.
Yeah, so I thought it was the same as like these other
like the
dumb
floor is
ones.
lava. This is not that one.
No. This is fun to watch sometimes. But anyways, the floor is like, so the floor is just broken up, I don't know, 50 people have these squares on the floor.
And it's just standing in a
50
square.
people standing in the floor.
This is an American game or okay.
And each one has a specialty. So like
each square is a specialty?
Each person on each square has something that they have a specialty.
They're expert in or something.
Yeah, and I don't know if they choose it or if they list 5 because some of these were not experts in their field. So it would be like, women's fashion or state capitals or something like that. So then they randomly pick 2 people to go head to head against one of their things. And then they show them pictures of something. So like, let's say your specialty was books. They would put up there and they would have pictures of like a title of a book with like a word missing. Right, it was like Blank Potter.
Yeah.
And then they have to like go back and then they go back and forth. So
Mr. Ripley.
It's interesting because it's one you can play at home and play along with these so-called specialists where you're like, I know more about, these than this guy. Like, because there was some, like, the book specialist guy. I wish I knew some examples now, but it was like, he had no clue. It was like, Romeo and he was like, oh, pass. And I'm just like screaming at the television. I'm like, so then when they defeat the person, they get their square.
Does it disappear and they drop?
No, they just go home.
No dropping.
But they get their square. So then by the end, so then they can challenge for a bigger piece of the
Wow.
So then by the end, the person has like a giant 80% of the board or whatever. So it was fun.
Kind of fun.
It was fun because it was simple things.
Dramatic
it was dramatic, and it wasn't like I love to play Jeopardy.
Yeah.
But like I can tell you, I could count like on 2 hands the time I've gotten the final Jeopardy question right.
Right.
It's hard,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love playing and seeing how I do because most of the time I'm good. Celebrity Jeopardy, crush it.
Oh yeah. I love Teen Jeopardy because I'm
Teen
really
Jeopardy,
good at that one.
So easy. But the floor makes you feel like you can be a contestant and play it well. But it is one of the big generic room, and it lacks the style of a Price is Right or Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
So they need to do something like that. I want a short game show, lots of style.
Yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Yeah. I like that too.
Back in the day, they used to have. I mean, early on, all those game shows, very little style. You're talking about like Password or like the dating game.
Yes. I remember watching that as a little
kid
too, and I had no idea what was going on.
It was just chairs.
Remember, didn't they have like what with the dating game? Wasn't that the one where they would make them go on a date? It was really awkward sometimes. Like they would. Oh, that's right. That's the number one.
Yes. Yes.
When I want to go out for a drink, I want to go out for a drink.
Yeah.
What do you want to bring me to really give me a good, refreshing drink?
And it was always like some innuendo.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I want to bring you a cold Stanley. Oh, okay.
The person's name is Stanley. Okay, I get it.
I froze.
Yeah, no, I like it. It makes sense now with Stanley mugs. It makes sense. But back in the day, it was literally just chairs.
Right.
And then they there was style in between there. And then
we got to like $100,000 Pyramid. Now, that was like a good one too as a kid. That was a good
one. Yeah.
I don't remember anything about it right now, but I remember it had a nice set.
Yeah, they had the pyramid, the things that turned.
Betty White, they would have like celebrities sometimes too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, speaking of celebrities, Hollywood Squares. It didn't make the list because it was only it was my 4th favorite.
I don't think I put that on mine, but that was one of the ones I considered. I did enjoy that one too.
And it was simple questions.
Yep.
It's just usually either true or false questions.
Yeah.
where either the person agreed or disagreed. Yep. But yeah, you got Alf on there.
Alf
Whoopi, like, you know, I didn't know who half the people were. No. But I was like...
Liz has one of the guys on the back of her car right now.
I don't know who that is.
Bruce Phalanges.
Oh, Bruce Phalange, yeah. Yeah, he was there, and like he was always there in the new version.
Oh, this is a new one?
I didn't know who he was. One? No, I think...
Like
I don't know.
Diller. I'm trying to think of people.
It was,
Cloris Leachman.
Exactly. Yes. Whoopi Goldberg was in the new one. She was like the center square.
I guess the old one was weird. We were just way too young. It was before our time.
The old one, I remember, that was the one I think that had like Alf and stuff in there.
And the
Mr.
old one?
T,
not the
probably.
New one? Oh, Mr. T.
It always had.
They had like guest stars, though, right? They weren't always in it. They kind of rotated through.
Yeah, right. Yeah. There was always like a permanent, like
like Mrs. Garrett's in for a week and then she's
out.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Then Rudy comes in.
Rudy.
All right. Anything else about game shows? I could talk literally all day about game shows. There's so many other ones we didn't even talk about. Wipeout, you had on your list.
Oh, Wipeout,
Remote Control, remember that one?
Oh my God, I forgot about that.
So that
one had the chair.
They dipped the chair back. You're out of here.
See, that
More
was
shows.
Good.
They were ahead of their time for that.
Yeah. I remember we loved that. See, that's when MTV was at its peak, right?
Yeah.
Spring Break they did.
Singled Out.
That's right. I think Daria was about to pop on there too.
Oh yeah,
God.
Yeah.
And they still had some music videos every once in a while too.
Every once in a while, yeah.
I don't know.
It's great. Yeah. The Gong Show. You remember the Gong Show? Oh. That was a little before my time.
Yeah, me too.
But I remember watching it and being like, "This is amazing," because it was so absurd.
It was bizarre.
Yeah,
it was bizarre.
But that was kind of one where they like dipped him out of there too, didn't they?
Yeah.
I mean, they gonged him and then
like
chained
their heads off, right, or something. Didn't they like pull them out with
they killed them. They literally killed them. So. Yeah, and there's so many that we could talk about. But we don't have time for that. We got to go back and talk about the 1% Club. I want to know, based on a score of 1 to 10, what do you give the first episode of the 1% Club?
I'm going to put it in the 40% ranking as a 4.
You're giving it a 4. Nice. That's more than I was going to give it.
Is that not a first? Have you ever ranked anything lower than
I have, and I think you say that every time. I'm going to give it a 3. It just didn't do it for me. It was too overly long.
Yeah.
They kept talking to people
that we didn't care about.
Because it's not like they're there for a while. No. We get 2 little snippets of their boring, inconsequential lives, and I don't care.
Can we like peel back the curtain a little bit and can we admit that you actually fast forwarded through some of the banter?
Some of the banter,
which I never do.
No,
like I did that once, and he crucified me for it when I fast forwarded through. What was that? I fast forwarded just a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And then you realize the joy of doing that. That's
right. Yeah, no, I just did not care enough. I like Patton Oswalt,
sure,
but like, it was too and like overly saccharine and stuff like that. Like just like I don't care. No. Like just shit talk some of these people.
Yeah.
If you're like
horrible.
like just if someone gets it wrong, be like, what? How did you get that wrong? You dumb dummy.
Exactly.
That's what I want to see.
Right? Yeah. I want to shoot them right up, like swing, spring them right off.
Spring that launches them into like the lake.
Yeah, like legs akimbo as they fly across the screen.
Yes.
Like that's what we want to see.
Seriously, Fox, Prime Video, hire us for these game shows. You have people flying through the air. Everybody would tune in, and it would get more than a 3.5 from First Eps.
That totally would. Absolutely would.
Yeah. All right, that's it for us here. Write in, let us know your favorite game shows. Send it, our way to P.O. Box First Eps.
That's right, at First Eps
Central. Thank you so much for checking out this episode. Please go to YouTube and subscribe to Pop Culture Playground. That's the channel that this airs on, a bunch of other stuff there. Yeah. And then go check out the podcast version. Anywhere podcasts are found, just type in First Eps, and it'll be right there for you. Hit subscribe.
Yep.
Download every episode. And listen all the way back to the beginning for the secret message.
That's right.
It's almost coming to the full paragraph.
Yeah. No. I mean, if they play it backwards to the Wizard of Oz, something's going to come.
Exactly. And it's going to be me. Yeah. And then we're on socials every once in a while. Okay. If you catch me on a good day, you can find us on Instagram, TikTok. Yeah. And that's about it. Right. So thank you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Bye.
Remember the Big Bopper? How that drive you crazy?
Like sexually? Yes. Oh, this song just drives me crazy. My loins.
What is that? What does it go again?
Hello, baby.
It was like, when I was alone, a goose like a boat like a girl. Oh, baby, that's what I like.
I would sit on a speaker, and just let it. Hello, baby. And I'm like, oh, my privates are tingling.